WUSA 9 Weather Watch Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Ophelia will have many impacts over the weekend with wind and rain throughout all of Saturday and at least the first half of Sunday. I'm Mary Marshall with this WC9 Weather Watch update. So most of that rain is going to fall between now and say Sunday at roughly 11 a.m. After Sunday 11 a.m., those showers will lighten up and gradually push out of the area. It's going to be a wet and windy day. Winds 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour. And most of the area is under a wind advisory until 8 o'clock this evening. Impacts include power outages. There could be downed trees, flooded roads in some areas, but a bigger issue will be with coastal flooding. And we'll talk about some of those communities that'll be impacted. The latest update now on Ophelia, it's still a tropical storm, but it has weakened. And by the time the center of that storm moves across our area, it will likely lose its official tropical features, but still bring many impacts. Winds now are down to 65 miles per hour and gusts are still at 85 miles per hour. The center of that storm is still over the Carolinas, about 40 miles northwest of Cape Lookout, North Carolina, and it's moving up to the north. Picked up a little speed now at 13 miles per hour. Earlier was only moving at about 9 miles per hour. Here is the latest advisory and track from the National Hurricane Center. We can see that this storm will be moving up to the north and to the east, but as it gets closer toward our area, again, it will no longer be a tropical storm at that point, but still giving us heavy rain and winds that could be impactful to us. So we have numerous tropical storm warnings south of D.C. This is going to be around areas such as Ocean City, Cambridge, Lexington Park, near Tappahannock, Cape Charles. All those areas are included in the tropical storm warnings where they're likely to encounter the stronger winds and even the heavier bands of rain. This is the rest of your Saturday at 12 o'clock today. You can see a moderate to heavy rain across the area at times. Again, it'll come in waves. You may get just some light showers and then you get hit with some of that heavier rain. This is at 4:30 in the afternoon. Still got rain at 7 p.m. Again, this is a faucet that is simply not going to be turning off. Saturday night at 10 o'clock, and then this is your Sunday at 5 a.m. Now, we push the clock back to 1 o'clock, and we see just a little bit of an improvement at that point on Sunday. Showers are lighter. They're a bit more scattered, and then by Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, maybe a hit or miss shower left over, especially north and east of D.C., but by that point, the worst of it is starting to push out. It's what's left behind that we have to contend with. By the hour on your Saturday planner, there are nothing but raindrops on our entire 12-hour planner, with temperatures hovering right there around 62, 63 degrees. So it is going to be rather cool as you're stepping outside, especially with the rain and those cooler temperatures. We could get anywhere from 1 to 2 inches or even more in some areas that get under those bands of heavier rain around the region. You can see a lot of that as well as to our east where that Ophelia is going to go ahead and hook across the bay, the lower eastern shore, and into southern Maryland. So, but all of us are certainly getting some drops. Now, in terms of severe weather, I would say today is more of a hazardous kind of weather day versus a severe weather day. The risk for severe weather is rather low, but it is going to be rain, and that could be hazardous. Where we could see some damaging wind and an isolated tornado will be along the lower eastern shore and into far southern Maryland. But even if you were in areas such as Easton and Cambridge, Salisbury, all these areas, even Charles, St. Mary's counties, the northern neck, I'd still be watching out for maybe 1 or 2 stronger storms to pop up, but they will be embedded within those bands. The rest of us, it's going to be a mostly rain event and a windy event for us, with those winds again gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. And that's why this wind advisory is in place until 8 o'clock this evening. You can see some of those stronger winds will be along Ocean City, where they could see those winds gusting easily up to 46 miles or more. Now, we may get a few hit or miss 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts in D.C., but it's certainly possible. They're going to be breezy to windy conditions, no doubt, even if we don't see any of the 50 mile per hour gusts in the D.C. or Gaithersburg area. It certainly is a possibility. Coastal flooding, can't talk about this enough. This is going to be a huge concern if you live around the waterways. The wind and the rain not on your side today. Do expect the water to come over its banks in your typical spots around the waterways. This includes places along Waldorf, La Plata, D.C., Fairfax, Alexandria, Manassas, any of those areas around waterways, especially along the bay and the northern neck. You do have to be mindful of that, because there's even a storm surge that we're looking at potentially, especially as you head further south into the Tappahannock area and far southern Maryland and into northern Virginia, southern Virginia rather, you can see that we could see a storm surge in those areas as well because of that wind pushing along with the storm. That's going to cause the water to spill over its banks. Things do get better for us tomorrow, but we got to get through today. Really active weather. 65 today, tomorrow 69 with the showers gradually ending. Now, if you may be heading out to the Commanders game, I would still bring the rain gear because at least we know at the start of the game there will still be some showers falling. By the time the game wraps up, the showers will be light and sparse, and you'll be dealing with mostly cloudy and dry conditions. Looking at the next 5 days, temperatures will stay in the 60s tomorrow. We're back to 74 Monday, 71 Tuesday, and right around 70 Wednesday. And we will have a few raindrops to count on for next week as well. A few stray showers on Monday, and then just a hit or miss shower, not a washout on these days, but we could see a stray shower pop up essentially the majority of the coming week. Look for those temperatures next week once we don't have as much rain. Those temperatures will be mainly in the 70s to near 70 on Wednesday, right around 74 Thursday, and 73 by Friday.